Hello, and welcome to the 5th episode of my Road to Glory. In this episode, I will be doing my first FUT Champions run, which I'll be recording hopefully the middle 10 games of. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to play all the weekend league games now due to the fact that they changed the weekend league dates because it is now Saturday, and I was hoping to start playing last night and be able to get my first 10 in. And unfortunately, I'm busy on Monday, so I'm going to struggle. But I'm just going to see how it goes, see how many games can get played, hopefully get to 11 or 14 wins with my hopefully aim. But major update, I've completely changed the team to a Bundesliga team due to the Kramaric Player of the Month card coming out. As you can see, I completed it. This is currently from 3 games in co-op, I believe. Did I play 1 game by myself? I'm not so sure. But, yeah. So far, he feels quite good, quite quick, quite agile, and obviously He-Chang is just... Huang He-Chan is quite an unbelievable player to play with, so we're just going to run this for the first weekend league, I believe. Fit Hernandez and Neres, I believe, is one of the better left-backs in the game. Tempted to go and get by Joshua Kimmich instead of Emre Can, just to offer a bit more of a ball-playing centre-mid. But yeah, I think I'll run this. Obviously, I've got Haaland, who I can potentially play with for a couple of games and have a go with, but not sure yet about what I might try for the middle 10 games, which I record just to see if he's any good. Or maybe try 5 where I record and 5 don't, or something along those lines. Just see how he plays in general. See if he's worth the 100k. Probably not, I imagine, but you never know. Well, I guess sold a bronze player straight away, which has probably been listed too cheap. Oh well. I have been doing a lot of bronze pack method using the players. It's really good for generally stocking up your club, getting ready for SBCs. I'm hoping I'll get to the point where I'll be able to sell bronze players during marquee matchups for 400 or 500 coins a piece. But we'll see how it goes anyway with that. My current method on that is opening a pack, trying to sell 2 other players off and keeping 1 player, which is the one which doesn't look like we're going to sell. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get straight into the gameplay here. It's going to be post-recorded over the footage, I believe, so that'll require a lot of talking, so I'll see you there. So, into the gameplay we go. First off, I'm going to say it really did not go well, the gameplay. Yeah, we didn't really do amazingly well, honestly. Our first FUT Champions weekend, I would say, was a failure because we didn't finish on that many wins. I think I'm just going to say now we finished on 13 wins, which is obviously 1 short of gold 3, which is horrendous for me, honestly. I feel like I should be at least gold 3 every single week, week in, week out, but I'm obviously pushing high to sort of gold 1 standard usually, but yeah. This game did kind of start well though, even though Wang He-Chan didn't finish out for some unknown reason, but this guy decided that he'd give me a free goal basically. In response to this weekend not going well though, I have decided to change up the team quite a lot, which you will see right at the end of the episode after the middle 10 games of gameplay for my champs. Hence why I won't be on 0 wins when you see the result of this game. I feel like the middle 10 games gives a further reflection of the weekend, honestly. As the first 5 games are completely unranked, aren't you, in FUT champs for what I believe, which means that you completely come up against randoms, which means I could go 5-0, I could go on 5, it's completely random. So I feel like the middle 10 gives the fairest reflection of the games and how I'm playing, as I usually do my worst during the middle 10, honestly. I can usually pull it back in the last 10, which I didn't manage this weekend, but it is what it is. First weekend, and I was using a very weak team compared to the teams I was coming up against, honestly. A little bit of a spoiler here, I did play Messi a good few times. I played that player of the moment for Ansu Fati a good few times, who is ridiculous. And I've had to completely change my team in order to combat this, which has worked quite well. As this is post-recorded, I have changed the team and played a few games in Rivals, and let me just say the team is a lot better, and you can feel the difference in the better players when you compare to players like Bellarabi and Kingsley Coleman and Emre Can. You can feel the difference in the players heavily. What do I think of the gameplay? Oh, that's a rage quit though, by the way. Later on in the game though. So that wasn't the worst start. But the gameplay. I have mixed views on it. I think it's better than FIFA 20, honestly. mainly because defending, you can't just park the bus. I mean, blocks are still very overpowered. But in terms of just tackling and trying to block runs, it's a lot more difficult, which I think makes it better, because it makes it a bit harder to defend and a bit easier to attack against, which is nicer. As you can see in all the games, there's lots of goals, and I'm sure it's happening the same for everybody around, honestly. You can't just pass it out from the back all of the time. You do have to pick and choose when you do it, otherwise you get heavily punished, as you'll see in this attack, as Kramaric is about to score. Sorry, not Kramaric, Bellarabi. Kramaric is a very good player, by the way, hence why I expected that to just go straight in instead of hitting the post first. As you can see with this goal instead, it is a Kramaric goal. If you haven't done the Kramaric Player of the Month for SBC, I would highly recommend. He is a very good finisher and lethal in and around the box if you can get a free shot away. But yeah, the gameplay does seem better. There is obviously still a few quirks about it, blocks being a big one. What else is a big one? Not being able to move my players a lot. I struggle defensively because they seem to turn like buses, which doesn't seem fair a lot of the time. Like, I felt sorry for that guy there because Kramaric shouldn't have got through and it was an easy finish in the end. Yeah. Kramaric I'd highly recommend doing. It's 40-50k. You're not going to get any better than that for that sort of price in the Bundesliga. I feel like in the Bundesliga though, you do have the issue of you don't have any middle tier strikers now apart from Kramaric. Like, you've obviously got your top tiers, you've got your Lewandowski, you've got, I mean, you could argue a case for Haaland being a middle tier. Probably, maybe, because of his price dropping so much. But basically you've got Lewandowski, and then I think the next down is Haaland or Kramaric, basically, who are very similar players from what I've played with. Huang Ki-Chan, I always get his name wrong. In the weekend league is not good enough, honestly. He's too weak, he gets bullied. You can't really do much unless he is completely free or just one-on-one for pace, basically. Yeah, that's a slight issue with Huang Ki-Chan. A couple of upgrades could sort that out potentially. I mean, if he gets 2 informs, I think his one-swap should boost up to an 84, which you'd expect to probably make him one of the best players in the game, honestly, with how this game is. And I have decided, like, this year, if a weekend league game isn't going well or I'm getting dominated by somebody with a much better team, it's just a case of just leave it, don't get stressed by it, it's not worth it. I may as well just leave and let the other guy win, basically. As you can see there though, Huang Ki-Chan, he can finish well. He does have a lot of pace. And he did hold that player off well there, in all fairness, but I have found that he gets bullied a lot in the weekend league compared to Kramaric. Kingsley Coman, an okay left mid. Probably middle to lower tier in all honesty. I have been using Leroy Sané recently, who were one of the players I bought for the team, and he is so much better. So much stronger, so much quicker, so much better finisher, better positioning. Just an all-round better player, and I have been using him a lot, forcing it down that left-hand side when I have been using him, because he is one of those players who is very difficult to defend against. Almost like Alan Saint-Maximin, which I'm not sure how much he is compared to Sané, but could be more because of the Premier League inflation, but I don't know. This game did go horribly wrong, by the way. I was 3-0 up at just before half-time. And I think that one goal just before half-time which he scored, oh no, he may have scored it just at the start of the second half, but I can't remember. But yeah, it caused me a lot of issues, especially with Griezmann, Messi, Teixeira and Fati. Fati, having played against him, would probably recommend doing him if you're going to use him a hell of a lot and keep hold of him until maybe mid-November, early December. Because he is a very good player and probably can dominate defences. I did have to bring Mbappe on in this game, the long version obviously, just to force the win a little bit. Because I felt like this player was not the best player. He was good attacking, but defensively I felt like if I brought on an Mbappe I could beat him. Which in obviously this case it shows to show. There Mbappe bagging the 5th goal. And obviously going on to win the game. I am hoping my second weekend league goes a lot better than the first, as the first hasn't really gone well at all. I need at least 2 player picks each week, even if it's just gold 3 player picks, just to give me a chance of getting somebody. I have already opened my weekend league rewards, and the actual red pick was, obviously, as you'd expect from Silver 1, not very good. Obviously I do see people get lucky in Silver 1 and Gold 3, but I feel like my best rewards last year did come from Gold 3, so we'll see how it goes. I'll give it 4 or 5 weekends of like pushing for Gold 2, Gold 1, and we'll see what happens. I played Aubameyang in this game, and Aubameyang is relentless. As soon as that ball gets played through, if you're not near him, he's just past you. There's no way you stop him. And Sean, because these are all counter-attack goals, you can see just quick fast passing through the middle and bang goal. Pretty much every single time. But when you've got players like that against you, there isn't much you can do. Like I brought Hernandez out, which was obviously a mistake. Aubameyang easy goal again. Which at one, I think I got to the point where I just didn't see the point in carrying on, in all honesty. There is very little point sometimes. One little issue I did have this weekend league was connection, which might be actually sorted this weekend as I'm getting Ethernets put in on my computer and on my PlayStation. So I'm hoping that my ping this weekend should be excellent. I'm still going to have issues with my right trigger, which I'm not sure if I've mentioned in a video yet. I might have done, I'm not sure. But basically my right trigger sticks a lot whenever I press it in, so I have to try and release it when I'm like in between passes, sort of deal, which kind of makes things awkward. That issue will not be solved for another month though, until my PlayStation 5 does come. When I obviously will get a new controller with that and be able to hopefully have that issue rectified, which I think will cause me to be a lot better player, because I won't have to focus on things like that. I'll be able to focus more on the passing and looking at the play and potentially pulling off a skill move if I'm put under pressure. I won't have to focus on pulling the right trigger out or worrying about my player taking a very heavy touch. I'm not sure what my defender was doing there, by the way. He just pulled away from the pass. And that Calvert-Lewin Player of the Month card does seem lethal. I'm not sure if it's still there or not. I think it might be. It might not be. It might run out tomorrow, I think, as of recording. This recording is taking place on the first Thursday of FUT Champs, actually, of FUT Champ Awards, shall I say. So I think the Calvert-Lewin Player of the Month might run out tomorrow for me, so I might have to have a quick look into getting that done if I want the card, because it is a very good finishing card. Slight issue though is that you can probably buy better substitutes from strikers from the Premier League, especially now that the market has completely died. I have no idea what's going on with the market, but apparently it's not very good right now, and I know it isn't because I've seen Van Dijk's price, for example, who is the same price as it was at Team of the Year last year, which is horrendous, honestly. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. Potentially it's good because I'll get to use more players this year and not worry too much about the price dropping heavily because I've already bought them so low. But also it's a bad thing because whatever I get from packs, I most likely, unless they are very meta players, won't sell for much. Which I did actually pack from my FUT Champion Awards, a very meta player today, which I won't spoil for the next video, but not a very high rated card, and he went for nearly 50k, so nice little boost in coins. I'm thinking I'll probably buy a better keeper as well for next weekend in Neuer, just because Pavlenka was very questionable, and I think the better keepers do play a lot better in this game from when I have played them. For example, I've played, I think, Oblak, Alisson a couple of times, and they just pull off the saves, which 82 rated don't seem to, which is a big thing, obviously, when you're conceding 5 or 6 shots out of 7 on target in a game. Like, for example, I think that happened in this game. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there with the skip. Yeah, apparently that went straight on to the next game. Oh well. That might have been the end of the game. I might have lost 3-2, but I think it got worse, honestly. I think I might have rage quit in that game. Yeah. I believe this was the first game of the day I actually won. I had a very bad time because I played... The first part of this pre-recorded footage was 5 games, and I did 2 sets of 5 games. And in the second set of 5 games, I think I lost the first 3. This was the first one I actually managed to pull out a win. And that was on the Sunday morning, so... Hang on, was it Sunday morning? I think it was Sunday morning. Yeah, I think I stopped recording after these set of 5 and carried on for 2 or 3 more games and then put the last ones on Sunday night after work. The fact that Weekend League got pushed back was absolutely devastating for me because of the fact that I couldn't at all play on the Monday. as I was driving down to see my girlfriend, which obviously caused me sure that I couldn't play 10 games a day like I planned. I had to play 15 a day instead, which probably altered a few results and probably cost me goal 3, but it happens. It's the year, you come to expect it, and at the end of the day it is what it is. You can only do your best, and that's what I did with this team. And for the first weekend league, I guess I'll take silver one with a very, very bang average team compared to the teams I was coming up against especially. This next weekend league though should be pretty clear, honestly, I think, to just go ahead and play pretty much 10 games a day. Especially tomorrow on Saturday, as I have booked it off work, not specifically for FUT Champions, but for personal reasons, which ended up not happening, which is a shame, but due to the coronavirus, it's cancelled a lot of my plans over the last year or so, which is unfortunate, but it's happened to everybody, so it is what it is. But yeah, so I have plenty of time to play this weekend, is the point of the story, shall I say. So yeah, which is obviously a good thing. Being able to play my games a lot more spread out, I'll be able to take a lot of stress off myself. Tomorrow I'll obviously aim to play 10, probably have a chill out, play some Warzone with my friends later on at night. Hopefully on Saturday I'm completely free, so I'll be able to just spread out the 10 games of recording footage of whenever I want to do it. I'll probably try and upload a couple of videos this weekend, honestly, because I've basically got another video recorded apart from marquee matchups this evening, which I'm going to do, and one live game potentially. Basically just some more packs which I want to open in the episode, and then hopefully get one live game in, and that'll be just another episode we just put together instead of like pre-recorded like this and having to edit, and it'll be a lot more simple than this episode, shall I say. So I'm hoping to get this one up on the Friday, which is tomorrow, ahead of the next FUT Champs, which I'll be recording. When I've got the Ethernet in is my plan, basically. I'll wait until the Ethernet cable's in, and then I'll try and upload it and see how the speed's looking. It should be a lot better upload speed for me personally, as it won't be on Wi-Fi anymore. And the Ethernet cables which I have bought do go super fast. So hopefully my gameplay should be better in FUT Champs, and hopefully my upload speed should be a lot better as well. I may end up trying to upload today as of the Thursday, depending on what free time I get, but I do want to play some Division Rivals today just to get some points ahead of FUT Champs, because obviously EA have messed up with the Division Rival points. FUT Champ points count towards the games played for Division Rivals, which is very questionable because it basically forces people to play on the Thursday, even when Thursday's most like people's recovery day of not wanting to do much on FIFA, just prepping themselves for weekend league mentally. But yeah, I guess that's what they want to do this year. Anyway, this is the end of the pre-recorded footage, so I'll see you guys in the next part. So yeah, FUT Champs finished on 13 wins, which is not the best. I don't really want to go to the menus just to, I would say spoil things, but I mean, I don't think there's anything I can actually spoil from the menus. Yeah, so 91,000 coins at the minute sitting on, with the players sold who we packed in the FUT Champion rewards, which I previously mentioned. Not sure how my friends did actually. Let's have a look. Probably did better than me, but all of them, to be honest. So yeah, my friend Lewis got 20, which is very good for the first weekend. Like, that's my sort of target for the first weekend, because people are trying to get used to the game. But I do know he used a lot better team than I did, like a very similar team to what I have now, and pulled out the 20 wins, and that's sort of what I'm in the back of my mind hoping for next weekend. But realistically, we'll just get to 14 first and then take it from there. We still have a lot of sellable players though in the club. So I still have the informed bench Chilwell, which was packed. Still have Sergio Busquets. Still have Bergwijn. I think I've still got Kingsley Coman. So I've probably got about 40 to 50,000 coins worth of sellable players. But I do think I'm going to go and pick up Manuel Neuer, which I'll do in the next episode. I think, yeah, we'll do that before. We do the gameplay in the next episode, because Pavlenka probably won't cut it this weekend. But yeah, this is a team now, so I do show how I set it up in the next episode, so I won't bother doing that again, otherwise it'll just get boring and repetitive. But yeah, so I'm hoping that in the next episode we do manage to push to a better finish in FUT Champs, which will be the episode after, actually. So the next episode will have some live gameplay, of which I have moved up a lot in Division Rivals, and then the episode after will be another FUT Champions run, basically. I do try to keep up as fast as I can, but I do have a full-time job, unfortunately, and I do have a girlfriend, and I do have friends who like playing Warzone a lot, so I do have a lot on my plate in terms of trying to record FIFA as well. However, recording that footage was quite easy for me today. I think that's because I'm getting more used to it, even with the cut-up gameplay. So I need to try and just force myself to do it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It is tedious, but at the end of the day, I enjoy actually uploading the videos and showing how I'm doing on FIFA. So I've got to focus on that part of it, not the tedious part. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for the episode, as we've had a full FUT Champions run. We'll have more packs in the next episode to open, and I get one gameplay with the team before Weekend League, which would then be obviously again the 10 middle games of Weekend League, just to show my realistic gameplay more than anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm sorry I didn't actually play that well in the episode, watching all the clips back. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.